Hey guys, Cyndi Williams here, the Wanderlust CEO. I have my good friend and client, Briana from Travel Dolce. Briana, how are you this morning?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?
I am so good and I'm so excited for you because you, I hear, are a recent graduate of our Careers on Vacation program. Is that correct?
That's right.
I love it. How does it feel?
It feels really good, actually. I feel a lot more confident in my business and just really accomplished. So it's been great.
Well, thank you for coming on the show today to share your story. I always like to begin by saying, walk us back to where your business was before starting Careers on Vacation, kind of the place you were in before you decided to work with us, and where you are now.
Okay, well, I actually launched my travel business back in October of 2019, and it went really well. It took a lot longer than I kind of wanted to get started. And then COVID hit, so I kind of took a little bit of a break, a step back, and then this year I was like, you know what? I am just ready. I'm ready to go all in, and so that's when I decided that I was going to do the COV program. And I actually had a couple of discovery calls, one like way back in 2019. And then I just was thinking about it. I'm like, you know what? I need to do it. And it feels so good now because it felt good to invest in myself. And I just feel like I have learned so much. I'm so much more confident in my business, and it's been great. I've been able to expand my product line, some of the things that I offer for my clients, and COV has helped me so much.
I love that. And I love that you had the first process kind of in 2019 and then the world fell apart as we knew,
Yeah.
right? And you came back and I love and sometimes the discovery process takes one call for people, sometimes it takes three. And some people find us on YouTube and are like, that's what I want the next day. And some people watch us for 3 years. And I don't care. It's fine. Like everybody's on their own schedule. But what I think was really key and why we saw so many experienced agents coming to us post COVID is because we're in a new world, right? It's like the new normal. Like we're not going back to the other normal. And there's really an opportunity in this time period to be doing big business building that will set you up for years to come because there's so many people using travel agents that weren't using travel agents in 2019 and being able to reach that,
Absolutely.
yeah, like reach that marketplace and do those things. So we are seeing a big uptick in the experienced agents saying, you know what, I'm finally going to do this thing because now is my chance to kind of capture the magic, this resurgence that's happening. So that's really cool. I love that. What do you feel like have been your biggest wins or celebrations since taking the program?
So I have always wanted to implement fees in my business,
Mhm.
and through the program, I was able to do that. The scripting, kind of being able to introduce those fees to my clients, the way you guys taught me, it just has helped me a lot, and I feel more confident in that. And people don't even bat an eye; they're just like, "Yeah, yeah, there's a fee.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it."
Especially in this new world, right? Because our jobs are
Yeah,
taking longer. I've been training how to do fees way before COVID, but I think it's the new norm, and I think that's a really good thing because it gets you more upfront cash flow in your business while you're waiting
right.
on those commissions. So I think I'm loving that you did it, how we trained you in the program, and it'll just be a best practice for going forward, which I love. That's amazing. We have a lot of mindset touch points in our program because we're really big believers of if we can shift your perception of what you're capable of, that you'll be able to accomplish bigger things. How did the mindset work impact you in either your life or business?
So I love the mindset portion. I have actually been on a personal development journey for a while now. So a lot of the stuff that Brandon taught us in the program, it's stuff that I've heard, but there's such power in just the consistency and repetition and hearing it again. And you're just like, oh yeah, like I know that, but it's such a good reminder. And yeah, I love too that it's stuff that you can not only use in your business but your life, and it's near and dear to my heart. I love that piece of it.
I love it. Yeah, and I think one exactly what you said. One part is knowing what you should do, and the second part is putting it into practice and holding you
Yeah.
accountable to sometimes we'll have someone that will take a little shift backwards. It happens in the program, right? That's the beauty of having a human program. But then we go, are you doing this touch point? Are you using this tool? Are you using this? And they're like, no. Soon as you get rid of those limiting beliefs, then watch like what happens. I know we've your story and other stories in the program, but I think that that's really a key thing, is getting it into practice and using the tools, right? So I love that.
Yep.
Brianna, what would you say to that person who maybe is in the shoes that you were in just 12 weeks ago, where they're like, I know how to be a travel agent, but I would love to learn how to source more leads. I would love to learn how to recapture everything that's going on in the marketplace right now. They know that they need COV, but they're kind of on the fence about it. What would you say to that person who's kind of in that place?
Do it. If you're ready and you're committed, I mean, just jump in. It is an investment, but it feels so good to invest in yourself and in your business. And it's worth every penny. And you're not only getting like the curriculum, like all that is great. It's amazing, right? It's what we signed up for. But you're also getting access to a community where you can feel a part of, and a place where you can ask questions and there's no judgment. And even after you graduate the program, just being a part of that community and having those lifelong connections, there's nothing like it. It's just do it.
I love that. I love what you said about community, because we're filming this. Literally, I was just telling Briana before we went live on this recording. I said I just flew in from Gold Digger. I got in at 1:00 in the morning last night. Talk about community, and it's so funny because I work with you guys so much at the beginning of your journey, or like at that point where you're fixing your business, and then when you come there, we go have a grad group, so everyone gets to go to the grad group from a virtual perspective. But a lot of our community comes back together once a year to our Gold Digger retreats. Oh my gosh, to visit with people a year later, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years later, and just hearing like, oh my gosh, I bought a new house, or oh my gosh, my business is doing so well, we did this, or oh my gosh, we just hired 15 people. It's like, I mean, these case studies are great because it's like what happens in the 12 weeks. But like, I was like reflecting on what happened at Gold Digger, and I'm like, this is because we have that community, right? Instead of sitting home alone, like maybe in 2019, you're like, look, I kicked it off, but like what do I do now? Who do I ask? Where do I go? Like, you reach that plateau, right? There's never a plateau in our system, because if you have that willingness to do the work, and if you want to ask the questions, and if you want to plug into the community during or post, I mean, sky's the limit. We had so many people join our $1 million club this year. We were like, award. It was just so exciting. So I love that you brought up community. That's like on my heart today. And I'm going to be training in our normal COV classes this afternoon. And that's like the one training piece this week. I'm like, you guys need to understand, like, this is your path, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. So I love that. So Brianna, last question. Would you recommend Careers on Vacation to someone who wants to be a travel agent, and why?
Absolutely. I absolutely would recommend it. I launched my business on my own in 2019. I think I could have gotten there faster. And just had things, I didn't really have any major faux pas with how I had things set up, but it's just really, COV is great at teaching you exactly the right way to get things set up, and how things, to be most efficient and most successful. And so I would absolutely recommend COV. And I also think it's not just about how to be a travel agent, but it's about, the business piece too, which I think that's where a lot of other travel agent, curriculums lack. They don't teach you how to actually run the business and market your business. And I think marketing was a big thing that I really needed help with. And I kind of knew that, like, my background is nursing, so I don't know how to market things. So that was something that was really, really helpful for me.
Yeah, I love the, and again, I'm going to touch on Gold Digger because I had 4 or 5 people in the room that said, we just went to this other big travel conference last week, but this is the difference in coming to one of Cyndi's conferences. It's not surface level learning. It's not get your business and that I like, as a marketer, because I worked for marketing travel companies, our industry is so behind with doing real marketing. And when you're an at-home person, you don't have, different things to plug into. How would you even know to do those things if you don't know how to do those things? And so many people said, this is the difference. Like, you get to like learn the inside of how to optimize Facebook and YouTube and Instagram, like all those pieces that no one really tells you, like the mechanics behind the scenes. Because a lot of times the industry is just, because the industry as a whole is a little bit behind, they don't know those things, right? So I love that you brought that up, because I really feel like that's really a key thing in our program in getting people results, is knowing how to market. Like everyone can be great at being a travel agent, because we all love travel. We all love to research. We all love to do the work. But then you're like, how do I get leads coming through my door? That is where like the magic happens. It's like the last missing key, if you will, to like make everything kind of flow together. So I love that you brought that up. And guys, if you are out there thinking about growing your travel business, maybe you're like Briana was, and you're just at a plateau where you're like, yes, how do I reach, clients in this online space? That's really what we teach people to do, how to run effective businesses online. I always say you have two jobs: be a great travel agent and know how to be an online business owner, is really what you're doing to kind of blow this thing up and make it as big as it can be in the least amount of time. So if you're in that space where you're ready to grow, or maybe you're brand new and you've never even been a travel agent, like Briana said, if I would have done this from the beginning, I would have had more reassurances. I would have plugged into the scene faster and had results faster. Then I encourage you, just have a discovery call, just like Briana did. Reach out to us at careersonvacation.com/ready now. And you're just going to have a conversation with one of my success coaches. We're going to walk through what your goals are and see if it's in alignment for us to work together. If it is, we'll talk to you about how to apply for the Careers on Vacation program. And if not, we're still going to give you some great tips. Or like we did with Briana, we're like, here's some tips in the meantime. Come back to us when you're ready. And she did. And now we're filming a success story, and it feels so good. So Briana, congratulations on all your success. You're not going far. You're just going over to our grad community. But I want to tell you, I'm your cheerleader for life. I'm just can't wait to see like what you do. And I also, one last thing, I want to say kudos. We have so many nurses and health practitioners. There is an exodus, as we know, in the healthcare system. And a lot of people are asking the question, like, what do I want to do for me? So kudos to you for taking that big leap and just kind of saying, listening to that inner voice and going, what do I want to do? My best friend is a nurse. My mother-in-law, she's now passed, but she had a nursing career of like 40-year nursing career. So I have a special place in my heart for nurses everywhere. So I love that. And we actually have a discount going on for a little bit of time during COVID. I think it's still going on for another 30, 60 days. So if you're a nurse or coming from healthcare, or you're a first responder, make sure you ask our success coaches about that too. So Briana, thanks for being on the show today.
Sure, of course. It was fun.
All right. We'll see you guys next time.
She calling me, oh, like the rainbow, like the rainbow. She calling me, oh, like the rainbow.
Hey guys, Cyndi Williams here. If you like that last video, make sure you check out all of the other content on our channel. And if you want to follow along and travel with me around the world and see how I run my amazing travel brands and get some great tips on how to grow your own, make sure you check out that other content. I'm going to drop a couple videos here. Click those links. I'll see you next time. Bye guys.
She calling me.